Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Mary Ashcraft. If you are new here, you can follow me on Instagram at that same name. I will have everything linked and spelled down below in the description box. You can probably tell by the title of this video that this is going to be a whip parade. So this is not my normal Flosstube episode where I go through my whips and haul and everything like that. Today is July 1st. I'm still calling this an episode of Flosstube just because I will talk about what progress I did make this week when I get to those whips that I was working on. So this is Flosstube episode 36, but it's going to be solely a whip parade, and anything that I had for haul this week will get talked about next week. And there's just a few things. A couple things to say before I start. If you are relatively newish to my channel, all of my whips are from 2020 or 2021. 2020 was when I started cross-stitching more, I don't want to say full-time because it's not like, that makes it sound like it's my full-time job, but it's not. Where I stitch every night. Due to the pandemic, I think a lot of us picked up old hobbies again. I learned to cross stitch when I was about 8 or 9 years old, and I was pretty much a monogamous stitcher for those 20 some years. And then once I joined the Flosstube community and I learned that there are so many more things other than like kits that you buy at Joann's, I went down a major rabbit hole, and now I have a lot of whips. Not like a ton of whips, but more than like my mom, who has one. So that is why all of my whips start in 2020. I will go in chronological order from oldest to newest whip. I have all of them here. I keep them in this tote that I got from Target. I use the container method to organize my cross stitch stuff, so I can have as much stuff as it fits in my container. So as you can see, I feel like how much I have is starting to make it difficult when I need to put things back in here. So that tells me I'm getting too many whips for my liking, and I need to go through them and finish some of them that are close to being finished. And some of them are. And I thought maybe I might have some that I could abandon or give away to other people who might want to stitch them, but I think I've done a pretty good job at only stitching things I want to stitch. So yeah, so that is everything. Everything is in here. I don't think I'm missing one. I had to go to work today to pick up my work one and bring it home so I could show you in this. But with that, let's get started. I will note, I did hear one gardener go by already, so a gardener might join us. He might make his appearance. No. So there's that. My oldest whip, I actually thought a different whip was my oldest whip, but my oldest whip is actually, grabbed two. It is my Paul Hollywood project. So this, and I will let you know all of the details. So bags, all the things. So this bag, it's a Doctor Who bag. It was made by Nell of Little Yellow House Crafts. I love her Flosstube. She is one of my favorite Flosstubers. And I'll talk about her at the end too, because I have a kitted project that I'm going to show that I will be starting soon as well. So this is my Paul Hollywood project. The reason it is called the Paul Hollywood project is because normally this is called Sugar is Sweet by the Frosted Pumpkins. I am making this for my best friend. I changed the color scheme, so instead of pinks and reds, it's blues and greens. And instead of the alphabet, she wanted the quote, "You deserve a Paul Hollywood handshake." And then I'm going to try to finish it in a pie tin, if I can find one. And then she's gonna hang it in her kitchen. So this is one that is very close to being finished. and it was in my March Madness, which is how it got so close to being finished. And so now I just need to have Brooke, my best friend, she's a graphic designer. She's going to design the typeface for the quote, and then I will chart it. But she hasn't done that yet. She can't decide. So I need to hound her about that. But here is the Paul Hollywood project so far. So everything is done except the quote. This is just 14 count Ada, a bunch of colors. I do have them written down. If you want these colors, let me know and I will send them to you. So the quote I'm thinking about doing in this DMC 4025. It's one of their variegated flosses, but I thought that would be a good cohesive thing. The other thing that some people suggested was doing the quote in this like purplish brownish color. So we'll see when I get to it, when she finally sends it to me. We'll see what I decide to do, but it'll either be this or maybe that color. So this is Paul Hollywood. I would like to finish it soon, but I'm getting to the point where maybe I'll just chart something and be like, you tell me how you want to revise this. I mean, we do like similar typefaces, so I'm sure I can figure out something she would like. But yeah. Oh, so I started that on October 24th, 2020. So that, like I said, is my oldest whip. No, it is not. Why? Oh, I must have forgotten to write it down. See, I knew this was my oldest whip. Okay, so then technically my oldest whip. Where are you, friend? I think it's this one. This is, ooh, okay, Harry Potter bag from a seller on Etsy. I'll link her down below because her name is escaping me right now. This is Farmhouse Christmas. This is my oldest whip, October 12th, 2020. So, but I keep a little journal and I write everything down. I must have forgotten to write it down, so that's why I thought the other one was first. So, Farmhouse Christmas is by Little House Needleworks. It has 9 little patterns, and you can either stitch them individually, like they come, or you can do them on one big piece, and they also have a free border that you can get from their website to do if you're doing like the whole big thing. So that's what I'm doing. I'm doing the giant one. So here is, you know what? I have no idea which is up and which is down. I think this is up. So this is 16 count Ada in natural light. And you want to remember, you know how I remember that? Is because Natty Light was the beer I drank in college. That's the only way I can remember that. So this is all I have, is the center, which is Grandma's quilt. I ended up putting this down because I was starting to get tired of all of this. So that's why I moved up here and I was like, I'm gonna go to a different square, work on something else. So I have not worked on this at all in 2021. That is going to change this month. This, along with a few others, is going to be a focus piece for Christmas in July. I have 4 large Christmas whips that I have broken up for July, and each one is going to get 5 days. They do not have to be consecutive, in the hopes that I can get some good progress going, and then maybe that'll also spark the want to stitch on it a little bit more. So this is all I have. Not much. I do have a long way to go. How the heck was this folded? Okay, I see. So I do have a long way to go, but so this is the center. I don't know if all of these are in order. But this is Grandma's Quilt. This is Little Red Barn. Horsin' Around. Grandpa's Pickup. Dairy Darlin'. Pinewood Farm. Farm Folk. Baba Black Sheep. And Cock-a-doodle-doo. I love the roof on this. It's so cute. So this is one, I had a goal when I started 2021 and I did my whip parade of my 2020 whips. I had a goal that I would finish all of my 2020 whips in 2021. I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think so. Mainly because except for the Paul Hollywood project, I think the remaining 2020 whips that I have are larger. Pretty positive. So that is Farmhouse Christmas. And this will be, you'll see this in the next few Flosstube episodes for Christmas in July. Okay, so we gotta flip a few pages because I finished a lot of ornaments last year. Okay, so my next one, this is a favorite of mine. Again, the reason I don't know these bags, the names, is because I haven't pulled them out at all this year. Look at this bag. Look how sparkly that is. Beautiful. So this is Plaid Tidings by Little Stitch Girl. Let me see if I have the printout of the picture. Yes, I do. So this is one that they have the model stitched in 3 separate ones, but I think it was Kristen from the Steel City Stitchers. I'm pretty positive it was Kristen. She did them as one long row, and I love that. I think that is so cute. So I decided to do the same thing. But they're plaid houses, which I love plaid, so obviously I'm going to do them. Here is where I'm at. I'm using all the called for colors. The fabric is a no name from Be Stitch Me. I want to say this is a 28 count even weave. Ooh, don't quote me on that. But this is all I've got. And I have not pulled this out since December of 2020. But I started in the center on the black and white plaid house. So I started with the black, and then I was starting to fill in the white, and then I put it down, I think, to do Mrs. Claus by Autumn Lane Stitchery. So this didn't get picked up again. But this is so cute. It's really easy to stitch because it's just the same thing over and over again. But this is one that I'm going to pull out for Christmas in July. So you'll be seeing this again soon. This Needleminder is from the Frosted Pumpkins. I love their Needleminders. And I think this is such a pretty blue. It's showing up more of like a blue-gray on the video, but it is like a nice light blue, like what you think the sky looks like in winter. So I love this pattern. And she just came out with 4th of July houses. They are so cute. They are so, so cute. So that is one I've already added to my list of things to do. But I told myself I'm not going to start purchasing things just because they come out and they're so cute. Like, purchase them when you're going to stitch them. That's what I'm working on. So, yes. So I'm excited to pull this back out for Christmas in July. Also, look at the inside of this. Those snowflakes, how cute are that? This bag was one of the first vinyl front bags that I got, and I just think it is so cute, and I just could stare at it all day. And I started this on December 10th, 2020. Oh yeah, it is a 28 count. So that'll be fun to work on again, because that's definitely a fun stitch. Oh my gosh, I'm out of order again. Okay, so before I started Plaid Tidings, sorry guys, this is all over the place. But 2020 was a dumpster fire, so I mean, is it only fitting that the 2020 section of my whip parade is also a dumpster fire? I mean, that's just what I think. So on December 2nd, 2021, I started the Christmas wreath stitch along by the Frosted Pumpkins. I don't have a printout of what this is going to look at, but I'm sure if you are part of the cross-stitching community on Instagram or Flosstube, if you watch anybody, chances are you know somebody who is doing this. And chances are that person is much farther ahead than I am. Just saying. I ordered the kit. So all of this is the called for fabric, called for DMC, the Needleminder that they came out with for this. So I actually was working on this last month. I worked on this recently because I did all this green. So here's what I have of the wreath. Right now, where they're at, they're like way over here. So I am quite a bit behind, but that's okay. You know, we cross stitch for fun. But it's also okay to have goals in your hobbies. So this is where I'm at. Right now I'm just working on the green of the wreath. Evelyn from Evelyn Across the Pond has started doing this, where she does the green first and then she goes through and does the motifs. And I really like the way that it looked, but it also makes me feel like I'm making more progress than I actually am. So this also is one that will get pulled out for Christmas in July because it's a Christmas whip. Also, same Needleminder is from Frosted Pumpkins. So this will be one that you will see again in the next few weeks. I really like stitching on this, but I did lose my stitchy bug with it. I kept up with it until March Madness. That's what set me behind. And then after that, I kind of lost my stitchy bug with it. So, but now I feel like I have back since I've started working on it again. And this is 14 Count Ada in Heartland by Picture This Plus. I am using all, like I said, all the called for everything. This is the first you are seeing of a Floss Buddy. This is where I keep all of my flosses. So this is from Bagzplus, and it is called a Lila. There's 28 bobbin pockets, but you don't have to bobbinate. You could also stick overdyes if they have a small card in here, or DMCs. I fold up my DMCs. Actually, I can show you. Before I bobbinate them, this is usually what I do, is I will take the DMC skein, I will fold it in half, and then I will stick it in a pocket. And I will leave it like that until I use it, and then I bobbinate it. This one is funny story about these bobbins. My husband actually bobbinated like 95% of these. I taught him how to bobbinate, and so occasionally he will help me. And I have a lot of bobbinating to do, so maybe I can convince him to do some soon. But yeah, so if you like these, because they have different sizes, so this is a tri-fold 28 pocket with a zipper pocket and a pen thing. But they have smaller ones, which you'll see in a second. You don't technically have to use bobbins to be able to use them. So, but this is for Ravenclaw because I'm a Ravenclaw. And I'm slowly buying more and more of these so that eventually all of my projects will have them. And then my project bag is one of my favorites. It's a vinyl front, Mickey and Minnie in Paris, and this is by Cricklewood Crossing. I have several of her bags. She is one of my favorite project bag makers. She's so good at making them, and she is like the sweetest human being ever. She is so nice, and yeah, so I really love this bag. Okay, that was, like I said, started December 2nd. That was the last whip of 2020. It's pretty good. I started 2021 with 6 whips, and I finished 2 of them. Hello Dear and the Irish Blessing. So that's pretty great. Okay, so my next whip, starting with 2021, is, or not starting with, but now entering 2021. The January Truckin' Along by Stitching with the Housewives. I started this on January 1st. It was my New Year, New Start. And it's also the whip that I've been working on over the last couple weeks. So, let me find a piece of paper. So here is what I have. Actually, let me show you what it's going to look like. Okay. So here's what it's going to look like. I'm doing it on one continuous piece of fabric, not 2 separate things. I don't know why. I like it on one. I don't know. So I've finished the top portion and I'm working on the bottom portion. I decided to just start doing all of the white. So I think the last time you would have seen this was in my last episode. I had the outline of the chicken done, and I think part of, or the full outline of the truck. I think that's where I was at. I think. So yeah, I've just been working on all the white. I just finished a skein of 3865 doing all of this. This whole pattern calls for 2 skeins of 3865. It's a lot. But I am enjoying it now. If you are a watcher of my channel, you know my love-hate relationship with this pattern and with this whip, because I don't like stitching on black. But this is 14 count black Ada. This is a Needleminder from Frosted Pumpkins. I'm using the called for DMC conversion, and it lives in a smaller version of the Doctor Who bag from Nell. So I got 2 sizes of this. And so that is where I'm at. So January 1st, I worked on it for, I don't even know, like a couple days in January. And then I put it away because I was so frustrated with stitching on black. Then I picked it up for 1 day in March Madness, and it lost its round in the first, like its match in the first round. And then I pulled it out about 2 weeks ago, I believe, and have been working on it ever since. So now that it's July, I am going to put it away, and so that I can work on my Christmas in July and my cross-stitch camp stuff. And why do I feel like I'm missing? I was going to show you my cross-stitch camp, but oh well, I guess I'm not. So that's January Truckin' Along, started on January 1st. Okay, so then my next whip is my Christmas list by Silver Creek Samplers. This bag is so special. My friend Dawn made it for me. She made me another bag, which I'll show in a bit. But she and I started this together. The idea was to work on it every single month, so that way it was finished for Christmas. But I'm sure you're guessing by now, my plans never pan out the way that I want them to. So I am way behind, and there's no way I'm going to finish this by Christmas. But I'm pretty sure Dawn might finish because I think she's like super way ahead. So this is what the pattern looks like. I love this. I think this is so cute. I am using a no-name blue 32 count Lugana from Be Stitch Me. And here's what I have. So like I said, really not that far along. Needleminder again from Frosted Pumpkins. I'm doing my own floss conversion using all Forbidden Fiber Company floss. I really enjoy Ooh, Leanne's flosses. So here's one, for example. That's Forbidden Fiber Company. He's here. Everybody say hello. So I have a bag full of Forbidden Fiber, and then I have some Etoile because he's walking away. So up here we have some lights, and so the Etoile that I have, I'm going to use for those lights. I just haven't decided which colors are going to go in which spot. So that's everything that I have on this one. This is also a Christmas in July pattern. So this is the fourth one. So this one, Farmhouse Christmas, Plaid Tidings, and the Christmas wreath. Those are my 4 Christmas in July projects. So each of those are going to get 5 days of stitching. And the reason I did 5 days is because there are 4 full weeks in July. So they get basically Monday through Friday. And then the weekends will be dedicated to either cross stitch camp or, you know, something else I decide to work on. So this is one you will also be seeing in the next couple weeks. That was January 12th. So then, oh, this is a good one. Okay, so then my next whip is the Coffee Sampler by Owl Forest. This bag is from the, what is it called? It's the Target dollar spot, but it's called like Bullseye's Playground or something like that. So this is a big one. A big one. And Dawn, who I started my Christmas list with, she is also doing this one. I ordered here's another Floss Buddy. It's also Ravenclaw. Oh, there's where that scissor is. I've been looking for that scissor. I ordered the floss pack from Russia, from Owl Forest, because their variegated flosses are gorgeous. I'm gorgeous. So I started in the center. This fabric, oh wait, I have the card right here. This fabric is by Stitch Me. It's the color Oat, and it is a 32 count Lugana. So I've made okay progress on this. I had a little snafu when I was working on it in May. I mentioned how I was upset that I did it vertically, and I thought that it should go horizontally, and some people were saying to pick it out, which I was seriously considering, but then I thought, I might not have enough floss for that. Here's what their flosses look like when you get them. They come in these really cute packages, and then these bobbins, you take them off and you bobbinate them, and they're a really sturdy cardboard. Highly recommend. Although if you ask Kyle Reckemeyer, he may not recommend them because his shipment of the Alice flosses took like 2 or 3 months. But I've only had good experiences with them, so I do recommend the Owl Forest flosses. So this is where I'm at. The Needleminder is also from Owl Forest. I do feel like these don't have the best grip, magnetic, whatever. So sometimes I feel like my needle falls off of it. But I just stick the needle in the fabric. So I started this on January 20th. This is a big one. I do not expect to finish this one anytime soon because this is giant. Like, here, look at this. This is a big one. Look at that. Yeah. So this one's gonna take me a while. I also have the tea sampler kitted up. I also have the same fabric out, same size, same everything. I happened to get 2 pieces during a fight night. And so everything's kitted, but I'm not going to start the tea sampler till I finish the coffee sampler, because I feel like I should only have one of these big guys going at one time. So that is the coffee sampler. This one, oh, this is one of my favorites. Okay, so this bag was also made by my friend Dawn. This one is super, super special and probably, honestly, my favorite bag that I have. More so than the ones I made myself, because Dawn is an amazing, I don't know, calligrapher, hand letterer, whatever. You know those people, you see them on Instagram, their videos will pop up and they, you know, are writing everything beautifully and fancily. Yeah, she's one of those people. But she designed this fabric using her stuff that she's done. And so she made me a bag out of it. And I think it is just absolutely stunning. I like about cried when I opened the package and I saw this. Just absolutely gorgeous. So this holds Dreaming Girl by Barbara Anna, which I'm doing, if I do say so myself, a really fun conversion. So here is, this is not the fully finished mock-up because I didn't print the last part. So down here are some like houses and trees and it's all snowy. So it looks like the 4 seasons. So you have spring, summer, fall, and then this section is winter. What I'm doing is a conversion to make the girl look like Merida from Brave. Because when I saw the sneak peek of this, I thought she looked like Merida, you know, with the red flowing hair and just absolutely beautiful. So this fabric is 14 count Aida, Black Ice by Be Stitch Me. I got this in the Winter Solstice box. Here's this, look at this fabric, isn't it gorgeous? So here's what I have so far. I didn't have all of the colors. I'm using all the called for colors. And I think I realized while I was working on these parts that I, for some reason, forgot to pick up 1 or 2 of the colors or something like that. So that's why I set it down and didn't pick it back up. So I changed the color of her dress. So on here, it's like a black and a purple two-tone, and I changed it to a solid teal color. I looked at pictures and I watched the movie several times trying to get ideas for colors, and then I found one that I think is pretty spot on to one of the dresses that she wears. And then I do plan on doing some modifications that I haven't fully planned out, which is also why I haven't finished this. So the leaves and the flowers are going to stay the same, and the sun will stay the same, and the ships, and that's the moon. Okay, yeah. The ships and the moon and the stars will stay the same, but like the lighthouse, the little houses, I'm thinking about changing those to those rock formations that are in the forest, and then the witch's like hut that she lives in. And then down here where they had all those houses, I'm going to attempt to chart Merida's castle. We'll see. But Barbara Anna has done this was a mystery sal. She's come out with a lot of these mystery sals with these girls, and they're so, so cute. And every time I see a new one, I think of a different person I could convert it to. So there's one, is it Dreaming Frida? I think it's Dreaming Frida. That one reminds me of Mama Imelda from Coco. So if I end up doing that, I think I would do that as the conversion, and I think that'd be so cool. So this one, like I said, I'm using all the called for colors, all the DMC, again with the Floss Buddy. This one is Minnie Mouse. And seriously, if you bobbinate, like, just get one and try it. You will love it. It's just so good. So this one I started February 3rd, which I think is around the time that it came out. If you want to see a finished one that has a truly amazing conversion, like, it is so moving. Michelle Bendy's conversion of this is stunning. Absolutely stunning. So this is one I hope to pick up maybe in the fall. This kind of gives me some fall vibes. So yeah, so this is one of my favorite projects. And the idea is, the reason I really liked doing Merida is that when I finish it, I'm going to put it in my daughter's room. I think she would really like it. Even though she's 4, or will be 4, and I can guarantee she does not care. I care. Okay, so my next whip is my work project, which is why I had to go to work to pick it up. I've actually worked on it a couple times over the last few weeks. This is Sense and Sensibility by Stitching Book Club. I only have, I don't know if you'll be able to see this. Okay, so this is what the mock-up looks like of the color conversion I'm doing. The original version is, or like her main version, I guess you would say, is a blue fabric with white flowers. But she also gives the option of stitching on white fabric with blue flowers, and that's the one I'm doing. Oh, I should probably take it out of the Q-snap. That would help. But I'm not stitching it on white. Oh, hang on. I guess we'll put it over here. Okay, so this is a 32 count even weave in gray gingham. And so I have started part 3. So over the last couple weeks, you know, in the middle of depositions and court calls, I have started part 3. So I've started this part of the ribbon, and I've done this circle part, and now I'm working on this part of the curly Q ribbon thing. This will be one that I hope doesn't take too long to finish. Most of the Stitching Book Club's patterns have been pretty small and pretty easy to finish relatively quickly. This one just kind of fell by the wayside for me. But I told myself I am not allowed to start Little Women until I finish this. So this is my work project. I keep it at work, which is why you haven't seen it on my Flosstube any time recently. But I have worked on it here and there over the last couple weeks. So that all of that is probably like an hour and a half's worth of stitching that I've done over the course of 2 weeks. So it is slow going. Because okay, so back it up. The reason I say it is slow stitching is because I'm not in the office every day. I only go in occasionally, and so I just leave it in my office. I don't even bring it home when I'm not there. So that's what I mean by it takes a while. So here we go. Here's an example of using a Floss Buddy without bobbinating. So here is this one, and it has these cute fall leaves. I should swap this one with the Minnie Mouse one. This matches the Dreaming Girl better. But so here I've just folded them up, and when you cut off string, I just wrap it around folded so that it stays together. I mean, maybe eventually I'll bobbinate them when I'm done with this, but I'm not going to do it anytime soon. So that is Sense and Sensibility. This was started on February 16th. I keep it in oh gosh, wait. Is this Little Boat or 805? This is, you know what? I don't know. I'm going to list all of the Etsy shops where I purchased bags from. This is another one of my favorites, Vinyl Front, because I love London. I am obsessed with London and Paris. I've been to London, haven't been to Paris, want to go really badly. And so this is one of my favorite ones. And I actually bought a smaller one that matches it that I use for another whip. So that is Sense and Sensibility. Let's see, what's next? Okay, we got a couple finishes there. All right, so my next one is a free pattern. This is a Cricklewood crossing bag. This is so fun, Harry Potter themed bag. This one, oh shoot, I can't remember if it's this one or the other one. I have 2 Harry Potter bags from Cricklewood Crossing, and I can never remember which one was the one I custom made and which one is the one I purchased from her shop. I think this is the one I custom made, yeah. So this one has HP embroidered on the inside, and then it has this really cool owl key fob thing. So this is the Hope Celebration Small. This is a free pattern from Hello from Liz Matthews. I'm doing the larger one, and this is a March Madness start. I am using 14 count Ada Winter Solstice by Be Stitch Me. All I have is just the very beginning of Hope, and I am using DMC 4250. It is a really pretty purple variegated. I think that once this is done, this is gonna look really cool against this fabric. And this is one that I think if I spent a considerable amount of time on it, like a week or so, I think I could get it done. So that is this one. And I started this on March 6th. So, like I said, during March Madness. Okay, we are gonna take a short drink break. This is not coffee. It is Pepsi. It is severely watered down. But this is my Frogwarts mug, my Frogwarts Year 2 mug. This is not a spoiler because everybody should have gotten their boxes by now. Beautiful, beautiful mug. Love it so much. But yeah, that is very much watered down. Okay, so after Hope, ooh, this is a good one. I thought this one was going to win my entire March Madness, and it lost in the first round. Yeah. So, this bag, I made myself using Elizabeth Ann Stitch's tutorial. And this is like the best bag I've made yet. I have tons of fabric to make more, and I need to just like sit down and do it. So this is Mr. Finnegan by Autumn Lane Stitchery. Look at this guy. Oh my gosh, he's so cute. He is so cute. I'm using 28 count even weave in fabric I dyed myself. I have to think, which way is up and which way is down? Honestly, I have no idea. Okay, I got it. This, look at this measly little start. This is the top of the hat right here and the start of the 4-leaf clover. So I dyed this myself using teal, definitely teal. I don't think I added any other colors to it. But this, I really like this color. I think it turned out really well. This was one of the first times I ever dyed fabric was for this. So yeah, little baby start, using all of the called for colors. I think on Autumn Lane, especially these little guys, because I've done a bunch of these little guys. Personally, I think it's super important to stick to their called fors, because Aaron is so good at color theory and designing, and his back stitch, you'll notice that sometimes it's 1, 2, or 3 strands. He's just, it's so good. So I try to stick to the called for with Autumn Lane, because it's just so good. But look at, there's so many colors in this, so many colors, but totally worth it, because and then the inside of my bag is the reverse. So you have the plaid, and then on the flip is the leprechaun. I need to make more bags. I just like need to sit down and do it. Stop procrastinating, Mary, and just do it. So I started Mr. Finnegan on March 8th. Again, another March Madness start. Okay, so then after March Madness ended, I started, and like all of my friends that I started it with have finished it. That's fine. That's fine. But do I have a picture of this? Oh no, I don't think I do. It's Hello Petal by Caterpillar Cross Stitch. I did Hello Deer. This is Hello Petal. I am doing it on 14 count white Aida, and I'm doing white Aida because I did my Hello Deer on 14 count white Aida, and I thought they all have to be the same. But when I thought about it later, I was like, I'm not going to display them all at the same time. So I could have gotten away with choosing a different fabric, which is ultimately why I put it down, because I was like, I don't know. I just wasn't feeling working on white Aida. So this is all I have. I center started with the daffodil. That's it. I'm not using the called for colors because they're super bright. They were just a little too bright for my taste. So I'm using the same like color scheme. I'm just toning it down a little bit. So instead of like a neon yellow, I'm using like a pastel yellow and like a pastel purple and a pastel pink. Not like in your face. This is the very first project bag that I made, and I love it. I love this fabric so much, and because I love bees. I love bees so much. So that is, and it doesn't have the fleece, the fusible fleece in it, which after I made this one, and then I made the one for Mr. Finnegan, which does have it. You'll see this is like way sturdier than this. I now do them all with this, with the fleece. So Hello Petal was started on April 3rd. I started that with Evelyn from Evelyn Across the Pond, Sean from Craftivating Creations. I know Morgan, the Honeybee Stitcher, is also doing it, and Beth Chadwick. Is her channel name something different? Might be. Stitch with Beth? Maybe. I don't know. I'm pretty sure everybody has finished it but me. It's fine. It's whatever. It's fine. So my next whip is very sentimental. I am keeping this in a bag made by Forbidden Fiber. It is Where You Lead, I Will Follow. It's the Gilmore Girls. It came in their Gilmore Girls cross stitch kit, but it is not the Gilmore Girls pattern that came with it. This is a memorial piece for my dad. My dad unexpectedly died in November 2016, and it literally changed my life. Yeah. So this is Silver Creek Samplers, When Life is Done. I have a few things to say about this. So this says, I love you just as much today as when you died and flew away. I'll not be sad or shed a tear. Your memories will linger near. We'll meet again when life is done and soar away beyond the sun. When I saw this, I just knew this is what I wanted to stitch in memory of my dad. When I posted this on Facebook, Instagram, I got a lot of comments, interestingly, about the headstone, because a lot of people said that they really liked the quote and the sentiment behind it, but their loved one that they would want to stitch it for is not buried, so they don't have a headstone, which, again, if you have watched my channel for any length of time, you probably know that my dad was also not buried. He was cremated, and I used his ashes to hold up my iPad to help me film. And so for me, it wasn't like a literal thing. It was more so I just liked that there was a place to put his initials and the years that he was living. But if you want to stitch this and your loved one was not buried and that really bothers you, then change it. Get some graph paper and chart something else, or just rechart the quote so that it's more centered and on all the lines and stuff, or like you could just make it your own. Like I did with Dreaming Girl, I have no problem making things my own, and so that's why if you really like this and it means a lot to you, I know for me I really connected with this quote. Just change it to fit your scenario. So I started this on April 20th. My dad's birthday is April 25th, which is why I started it so close to his birthday. This is 16 count Ada in Country French Rain. So I just have this part started, and I'm using my own colors and my own, like I'm following the general color scheme, but I'm just using floss from my stash that I think will go well. I don't know. I like, mainly because this blue is not going to work on this fabric, so I'm just gonna pick whatever looks good. And her hair, I'll probably change to a darker brown to match my hair. Yeah, so I am finding that it is easier to stitch on than I thought it was going to be. I thought I was going to literally be crying through it, but I'm not, which is nice. I am making a point to watch one of my dad and my favorite movies while stitching it, and I have a list of movies that I will watch. And so I'm taking my time with it. I'm using it as time to reflect on our time together and to remember him and remember all the fun times we had when we would watch whatever movie I'm watching while stitching at that time. Or, we had this thing where we would text each other movie quotes, and then we would respond with another quote from that movie. Like, we would watch the same 10 movies over and over. And our most quoted one, there's two movies we quoted the most, which were Shawshank Redemption and My Cousin Vinny, which, My Cousin Vinny is a really big reason why I became a lawyer. I don't know if I should admit that, but it is whatever. So that's this one, which I pull this one out when I feel like I need to reflect and relax. So I will make a point to work on it around the time that he died. He died a week before Thanksgiving. So around Thanksgiving in November is probably when you'll see this again, unless I pull it out sometime before that. So I started that, April 20th, like I said. Ooh, this is a good one. Okay, I mean, they're all good. Why do I say that? This is a good one. They're all good. So this bag, actually, this is a fun bag. So this is made by my friend Mandy Mead from Mandy Mead Stitches. She is a fellow Flosstuber, and she made a handful of bags, and I bought one. So this is Lady Justice by Mirabilia. So here is her. I am doing a color conversion. So I'm an attorney. So Lady Justice means something to me. And I am doing her robe in like a grayish, blackish conversion. And then the sash in purple, because purple is the color of law. And then I think everything else will stay the same. So here is how far I've gotten. I'm using 32 count linen in pearl by Mystic Fabrics, 2/2. So here's the whole piece of fabric. It's this beautiful, beautiful light gray color. I center started. This is my very first Mirabilia. I was a little nervous starting it, so but also because I'm doing a conversion, I found a couple conversions that I'm kind of going off of, but for the most part, it's been a lot of trial and error trying to find the right colors for this. I also just remembered that I need to start working on this again because this part looks like I don't want to say it. But I never thought it until somebody shared on their Instagram story that they were stitching and watching my Flosstube, and I was in the background holding this up, and I looked at it and I went, that looks graphic. So I need to stitch on this a little bit more. But I have all of the flosses here. I need to go through and bobbinate them. I am going to store my Mirabilias a little differently. I got a smaller bobbin box to keep all of my bobbinated floss for Mirabilias along with the corresponding Krynics and beads. So everything's just kind of in their own container, and I'll keep several Miras in one box. So this is one. I'll probably pull this out again once Christmas in July is over, because when I started this in May, which I don't have the exact day written down, but it was like early in May, I worked on it straight for like 2 weeks because I just did not want to put it down. It is such a fun stitch. It means a lot to me. Once I'm done with it, I'm going to frame it and put it up in my office. And so it's one that I want to just stitch because I love stitching it, but I also want to stitch it to finish it and have it hang in my office because I think it is going to look so cool. So that is Lady Justice. Okay, my next whip, watch me whip, watch me nay, that has been stuck in my head for the last 58 minutes. Be glad I haven't been doing that this entire time. I was like, wait, where's the picture for this? I just realized I've been using the digital pattern. So this is Alice in Wonderland by Owl Forest. This is a free stitch along for this year. It started in, I want to say the end of April. And so this fabric is by Be Stitch Me. It is honey, 32 count Lugana. So I've only done part 1. This is going to be a big one. Although I did measure it, so hopefully this bottom portion I'll be able to use for some smalls. But this is part 1, and I ordered the floss pack from Owl Forest, which I am keeping. So there's all the flosses. I am keeping in an Alice in Wonderland Lilla from Bagzplus. It is so cute. I saw this on her Etsy, and she's in the UK, so it takes a little bit of time, like a couple weeks to get it. I saw it and I snatched it so quick because it is so cute and I love it so much. So these flosses, this one, this purple is my favorite, but I think it's such a cute color scheme, and it's free. It's just amazing that they do this giant free pattern. This year it's Alice in Wonderland. Last year it was 100 Owls. The year before that was Wizard of Oz. Wizard of Oz I do plan on doing. I have the floss pack for it. I have my fabric picked out for it. but I probably won't start it till I get some of these other things done. So this stitched up a lot quicker than I was expecting, and so this is part 1. I think they're on, so let me think, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I think coming out maybe this week or next week will be part 6 or 7, but it's like every other week for like a long time, like a year or something like that. And I'm keeping this in the smaller version of that London one. So it is significantly smaller, but because I have my floss in here and I'm using the digital pattern, I just needed something small to put my fabric in. So that I started on May 21st, and I started that pretty much as soon as I got the floss in the mail. I started right away. Usually, so I'm in California, it normally takes about a month for me to get an owl forest shipment. I've ordered from them 3 times now for like something physical. I've ordered digital patterns before that, but 3 physical orders, and they've all arrived within like a month to a month and a couple weeks. So then my next one, so again, this is not a spoiler because everybody has gotten their Frogwarts boxes, but if for some reason you don't want to see this and you're doing Frogwarts, don't look. But this is the project bag that comes in the Frogwarts Year 2 box. Look at these little mandrakes. Oh my gosh, I love it so much. They're so cute. They are partying it up. So in this one, because it's such a big bag, I have Year 1 and Year 2 in here, but I have only started Year 1. So here's Year 1. It is, these band samplers are so cool. And here is what I have. I'm doing a mixture of the called for Fancy Floss, DMC, and then like this one is a singular floss from Forbidden Fiber called Cotton Candy, just because I thought this is a good like jelly bean looking floss. But here's all the other fancy flosses that I got. They used all the same colors and added maybe 1 or 2 more for Year 2. This floss drop with the gray fox is from It's Charm School. I really like her stuff. Her tail tuckers are like my favorite thing ever. And then I have all my DMCs. I just need to bobbinate them. So here is, it's a really nice color scheme. I really like it. And then here, ooh, here's the called for fabric for Year 2. It's another neutral, but it's got more color and definition to it. I think it's really pretty. And this is the Year 2 sampler. So you have the giant basilisk and then a bunch of things that happen in the second movie and book. And then the Needleminder that they made for us. So I have everything in here, including some of the things that came in the box, which if you want to see what comes in that box, I did do an unboxing. And that's, I think, the second to last video that's up on my channel right now. But this bag is so big. It doesn't fit in my little container, except if I do it like this. So, I mean, that's fine, but this is just, I just love, it's beautiful. I like it. Guys, that may have been my last one, because the things I started after that, I finished because they were smalls and they're on my tier tray. Okay, where did I put, Okay, I do have one thing I will mention that I'm in the process of kitting up, and I'm almost done. I just have to grab a few more colors. Shannon Christine is doing a Halloween ornament club. She did one for Christmas last year, and I found out about it from Nell from Little Yellow House Crafts, and I found out about it after it was like halfway through, so I didn't do it, even though they're really pretty. But the Halloween one just looks so cool. So these are the first two, and it's Hocus Pocus and I Put a Spell on You. I think this color scheme is fabulous, and so I'm really excited about that. I'm going to use the called for DMC, and I think I'm gonna have to make more or dye more, unless I just want to start over and dye one giant piece. But I have this dyed. I did this a while ago. This is pearl gray and Rit dye and 28 count, but I think there's only enough room to do 4. So, and there's going to be 8 total, and they come out once a month. So I think I might have to, I still have some fabric that I could dye, and they're larger pieces, so I think I might do that. The other thing I was going to show you, and I can't find it. You know what? I'm going to go find it. Be right back. Okay, I'm back. Okay, so the last thing I'm going to show you is going to be a new start today, tomorrow, something like that. Cross Stitch Camp, which is what Sherry, the Colorado Stitcher, started. There's a different challenge for June, July, and August. I did not do June, but I'm going to do July and August. July is a new to you designer, and I am doing the Candy Corn of Mischief from Bent Creek. This was a kit, and it comes with, what kind of count is this? Comes with 18 count linen, and you stitch 2 over 1 because the floss is pearl cotton, and this fabric is like a burlap. It's really interesting. And then here's all the pearl cotton. So I think it's gonna be a quick stitch, which is also why I chose it, because the whole point of this monthly challenge is you start and finish in the month. But I think it'll be a really quick stitch. I found out about this pattern from Erin from the Steel City Stitchers, and I think it's super, super cute. And so I would love to have it up for Halloween this year. So that will be started within the next day or two, and this bendy flip is just absolutely adorable and just perfect for this. So that is everything. Those are all of my whips. I have more things kitted. I did specifically want to mention this because this pattern, like, it came out today, July 1st, and then you get one every single month, and then at the end she'll release all of them together as a bundle. And then I wanted to mention this too because this is going to be what I'm starting here shortly. But that is everything, and I did not count how many this is. So 2, here we go, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, whoops, 10, 11, oh man, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I have 16 whips. 16 whips. A few of them, like I said, I think I could get done pretty quickly. Paul Hollywood for sure, once Brooke gets me that quote. The Hope Celebration small. Gonna be working on those 4 Christmas whips for Christmas in July. What are some other smaller ones I think I could finish? But that's also the hard part, is that most of these are really big. Sense and Sensibility, and then January Truck is really almost done too. So I have a few that I think I could knock out over the next couple months, and then I'll just be left with a lot of really large projects. But that's okay. That's what I love. That's what I'm drawn to. So that's everything. I hope you enjoyed this mid-year review of what whips I have right now. It'll be interesting to see when I do a whip parade at the end of 2021, what is still here, what is not, what I'm able to finish. If I end up with more whips than 16, who knows? So I hope you guys have a great weekend and a safe 4th of July if you celebrate. I don't think we're gonna go anywhere. We never do. It used to be a big deal when I was a kid, and I feel like now as an adult, it's just kind of like a whatever holiday. Maybe because we don't live near family, but whatever. So I will probably just be stitching a lot. So have a great weekend, and I will see you next week. Bye, guys.